Hello everyone, I am so happy to be here. I think this video will be extremely helpful. Whether you are somebody that already does junk journals, sometimes we need some reminders, and I think these are very helpful reminders because I have to say, while I was making my own notes for this video, I kind of reminded myself of a few things I've said through the years and heard other people say as well. So I gathered other people's thoughts, my own thoughts, I mixed it all up, and I'm making this video for you today. And if you are new to junk journaling, let me tell you, you want to watch this video because I am hoping that by the end of this video, you will be so pumped and so motivated that you will say, you know what? I'm going to start a junk journal. So I did make myself a few notes. So if sometimes it seems that I'm reading, fear not. I will probably maybe read a thought and then I will explain while we work. Just because I didn't want to forget things. A lot of times I start videos, I'm too excited and I forget half the things I want to say. So this time I came prepared. I will also timestamp this video with all the subjects that we are talking about. That way, if you kind of forget what I said, that's not a problem. When you watch the video, you can always go back to the timestamp and the subject that we are talking about. Okay, so mastering the art of junk journaling. This will be a step-by-step guide. So junk journaling is a creative outlet that allows you to express yourself and repurpose materials. So I thought, how about I give you a guide to become an excellent junk journaler? First of all, you must find your canvas. So don't be intimidated. Start with a small notebook. This was a notebook, and I will show you later in the video. This was a notebook. I'll show you the page right here. See, it has lines. And this was a notebook offered by one of my friends. But I didn't want to use it as a notebook, so I used it as a junk journal. And before I came on camera, I actually started looking through it and realized, oh my goodness, look at all the ideas, all the practice I've done. So we'll come back to this a little bit later, and if we have time, I will show you what exactly I'm talking about. Also, so this was a simple notebook offered to me by a friend, and I decided to use it for that. It could be a sketchbook. It could be an old book. This is an old dictionary. As you can see, I've made some pockets. This would be an altered book journal. So it's an altered book. I have a video, I think, on it, but I'm going to soon start another one. So don't worry. You can or try and look for altered book in my videos and find the other one I made. And this is another one I started, but like I said, it could be just a journal and you just use an old book to do so. You can use that. You can also use, well, actually, I have this journal, which I put on Etsy, then I took it back, but now I'm going to put it back because it's very cute. I'll show you real quick what I mean. So this is a journal, but all the pages, usually I will decorate heavily like a junk journal, but this one is a journal that you could actually purchase and practice your junk journaling in. So I gave you, a few ephemera here and there. Of course, you probably have a lot of your own. So you could use a journal like this. You could also use something like this, which I will show you in a second. I'm just going to put this away so I don't, dirty it or put any glue on it or anything like that. And a journal like this. So this is already something that I've been working in, and I thought, well, it's perfect to show you exactly the lesson about today. Now, if you use a simple notebook like this, you can easily glue two pages together because, as you can see, this is really regular notebook paper. So you would glue two pages together. That way it's thicker. Also, you can gesso the page. So you prep the page with clear gesso, like something like this. It says clear gesso. Okay, so you could use clear gesso if you intend on, applying wet media. And yeah, you could totally do that. So it doesn't, the goal of this, what I'm saying right now, is don't be intimidated. You can use whatever notebook that you have. It could be an inexpensive watercolor little book. It could be a, I don't know, a sketching book. Anything will do, because like I said, worst case, if the pages are not thick enough, you can glue two together, and then you can prep your page. Only, again, if you intend on using any kind of wet media like paint or watercolor and whatnot. If not, you just glue two pages together if you feel it's too thin, and there you go. So don't worry about that. You can always use anything like that, but that's only if you use wet media that you would need. Maybe a heavyweight paper would be preferred. Other than that, you can use any book. Okay, now the other point: embrace what you have. So collect materials. So here I have ephemera. I have these are all scraps of papers. Okay, this is from a brown paper bag. Of course, I have ephemera. We all have stickers. I have, I don't know, what do I have here? Rub-ons, why not? Whatever you have, okay? So collect materials. It could be a magazine, washi tape, any other items you find inspiring, okay? Don't be afraid to repurpose, like I showed you, the old books, right? You can, here, look, see? That's an old book. Actually, that's a dictionary page, and it's coffee stain, I think. No, I think it's just old, actually. This one is just old. This is perfect, but I'm sure I have, oh, here, that's a book page, and I'm repurposing it to create a junk journal page, okay? So, and paper bags, all kinds like that. Another thing, don't save your good stuff for later. By the way, while I talk, how about we create, okay? And maybe I'll make more than one page. I just don't want you to sit there and listen and do nothing, okay? So while we chit chat, how about I try and create? So stop saving your good stuff for later. Use the art supplies you already own to create an experiment, because this junk journal is not going anywhere. Okay, this is yours. This is your opportunity to try things, and later when I show you the other journal, you'll understand what I mean, because this is yours. How are you going to get better if you don't practice, if you don't try things? Okay, and junk journaling is that, a little bit of junk, a little bit of new. That was just like something I cut out from an ephemera book. Like, it's explore. Don't be afraid. Okay, don't be afraid. So I'm going to use my glue while I talk to you. So embrace what you have, collect your materials, don't be afraid to repurpose, and don't save the good stuff for later, okay? Practice builds confidence. So by using your materials, okay, you gain skills. You overcome that fear of, using something that's too special. You know what's special? It's special that you're here today. It's special that you're here today with me, watching this video, and trying maybe to get yourself out of a creative funk, or maybe you're brand new and you're very, very curious about it, but you're a little worried, right? Because, we buy our materials, and, nothing is cheap. Things cost money, and absolutely, I completely understand. But it's only with practice that you will build your confidence and becoming a junk journaler, okay? So while I still think of what else I wanted to explain, I'm just going to see how I want to dispose my things. So this is a paper bag. This is an ephemera that I purchased. This is an old book page from a bird book that I have. Okay, so a junk journal, especially if you make one for you. And that's what this video is about, is I want you to practice, okay? And once you have one made, like I'm going to show you this, you can start making I mean, you could probably give that one to somebody if you really love it, but this should be your creative playground. So experiment freely. This journal, okay, is yours to test new mediums like watercolors, stamp, rub-ons, ephemera you've purchased, anything like that. Also, I do invite you, I'm going to start tearing papers because I'm talking and I'm not doing anything, am I? I do invite you to use the toolkits that you have. What I mean is use this space, okay, this journal, to learn new techniques and see what your tools can do for you. I'll give you a quick example. I'm going to grab it while I'm talking. Let me just, okay, I have this. So this, right, technically is to, you can take some, how do you call it? I'm going to grab it because, texture paste. Yes. Texture paste, right? And you take a spatula, you put some texture paste on it, and you rub it, you lift it, you let it dry, and it makes some beautiful, you can feel it, right? So it's really, really fun to do. Yeah, of course. But you know what you can also do? Look, I put some, here, Distress Oxide that I rubbed with a brush to make some letters. I've also used gold. It's fabulous with gold. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. So right away, I used this stencil in another way, right? And that's how you will explore. I'll give you another example. I love making these fake coffee stains. So give me a moment. So I love to make these fake coffee stains. So what I do, just to give you, of course I had to put some on my finger. So I do this. Then I put some water. Okay. Usually I would use a plate, but I couldn't find one and I wanted to show you right away. So I do this. Then I take the bottom of a bottle. I go like this. And there. Instant coffee mug stain. Why not? Here, even drops of coffee. Now it's part of the project. So that's what I mean when I say, learn. This is your space to learn new techniques and see what your tools can do, because usually that spray is not necessarily used to do exactly what I did, but why not? Okay, and this will become your personal inspiration vault. What I mean is that since every page will become a journey, okay, because you are like, this journal is a record of your creative growth. I'm just going to put some glue on this. It's not dry, but it's okay. So it is like a record of your creative growth, right? So it's filled with, practice techniques and ideas, and all that will serve you for future references, which is the book or the journal I will show you a little later. And then you'll really see what I mean by that, right? So I'm just going to put it here so it matches the other coffee stain. Now, technically, I should have waited for it to dry, but I was just too excited to show you. Okay, and of course, now it's everywhere. Okay, there we go. So yes, just keep in mind that this journal, and that's where it also relieves a lot of the pressure, because this becomes your personal inspirational vault. Like, it's where you put any and all ideas, any and all practice items, things you want to try. And first thing you know, you've created a beautiful spread, and your junk journal is becoming, it's becoming interesting, and it's filled with all kinds of ideas that you can reference later. And I'll show you when I show you my book. There's ideas I had completely forgotten about it. So I'm very happy. Oops, this is not glued properly. Okay, now, there we go. So let's see, while I do this, I'm just going to see, I think this looks nice. Maybe it would look nice here. I kind of like that I kind of like it here. So I'm going to just tear it here. Okay. And, I don't think this video will be very long. I will have another video soon on how to overcome, you know, the blank page, because I will brush on the subject real quick, but it will be, how can I say, the way I will show you and give you more details for next time, it will really help you. Okay. How about, so see, I don't have a whole lot of elements right now. I've added this fake coffee stain, a piece, that's a journal. This is a brown paper bag, and this is one ephemera. That's all I've used so far. Okay. Now I'm going to use something that I really find pretty, and that maybe I've said, oh, I can't use that, it's too pretty, I should use it for something else, and maybe I'll wait later. No, there's no later. This is now, you know? So, I like this. I just don't know if it would look good. I was thinking of something, I don't know. I have also this that I showed at the beginning. This is actually not bad. And it gives, it leaves this space here for writing. And since you can't really write over the writing, you could, but you'd have to cover it with white gesso. Okay, so I'm going to glue it there. And then I'll step on the, step, what am I saying? I will go to the next step. I'll step on the step. Okay, there. And there you go. So, see, this is simple. It's very simple. I barely used any materials. Look at this. This is a nice journal page. This is a junk journal, right? You have scraps of papers, paper bag, an ephemera, an old page book, and something I fussy cut it. Pretty simple, right? Okay. The next thing to remember while I flip the page and maybe create another one right here with you. Steal like an artist, but make it your own. What I mean by that is, are you inspired by another artist? That's okay. It's okay to recreate their work in your journal, but with your own twist. So, especially if you're a beginner, it's absolutely normal, okay, to, you know, you have to start somewhere. Where are you going to take the example? I'm just looking and seeing what page I want to use to create this next one. They're all nice. It doesn't matter. That's another thing. Don't think that you have to go, you know, page 1, page 2, page 3. No, this is yours. And depending if it's a notebook, well, then all the pages are the same. But if you purchased something like this, or like the one I'm going to put on Etsy after this video, you know what? you can choose whatever page you want to work on. You don't owe anything to anyone because this is yours. Okay. So let me see what scrap I could use. Pardon me. So, like I said, it's okay to copy it first. That's how we learn. That's how we learn. How else are you supposed to learn? Right? So it's perfectly fine. I'm trying to see if this blue paper would look good. Like I kind of like the idea of blue. Oh, and remember that rub-on? Actually, let me see. Is it too much blue on blue? Maybe white. I'll see after. It doesn't matter. I'll give you a trick after that. It won't be long. Okay. So you can copy. That's how you learn. But always make it your own, right? You want to learn, absolutely. But always make sure that it, you know, you do something that's you. That says, you know what, that's mine. It's obvious it's mine. Anybody could know. That will also happen with time, by the way. Don't stress yourself about having your style. Okay? Also, there's no need for a whole new project. Okay? Because your journal is meant to be used as testing ground for new ideas. So right now, if I make a mistake here, who cares? Nobody cares. This is mine. This is mine. I'm testing things. You know, I'm gonna put the blue here, and I don't know. I saw I had a scrap paper of, you know, paper that's texturized. I'm wondering. Ooh, I see also. Hold on. I forgot. Oh, yes. Look at this. Look at this. A natural dried flower. I would like to use that now. In what capacity could I use this so it looks nice? So let me see. And that's you know, I'll probably tell you later, but actually, I'm going to tell you the trick right now. It's not a big trick. So the next thing to remember is you how, and again, I'm going to make a whole video, you know, with a whole lot more details about it, but how to conquer the blank page. So when you want to do a junk journal, you already have the few things I've already told you, but now you're wondering, I'm trying to see here, you know, how to start, how to conquer the blank page. It's so, sometimes it can get overwhelming pretty fast, let me tell you. Well, I'll give you a trick. Start small. So of course I had a lot of pieces of paper, but they're all scraps and it's nothing stressful. Okay, so I would recommend well, small. So I don't know, maybe here, look, I have this washi tape I absolutely love. It's not translucent like washi, but it's still, you know, considered a washi tape. I love that. You could have another kind of washi tape, maybe this, and you love it. Okay, maybe choose a washi tape. Choose maybe three pieces of paper that speak to you, like these ones right now I find very inviting. Okay, and then an image or something like that. In other words, your focal point. Okay, what's going to make this page special? Actually, I'm talking to you and I can see that this is already pretty nice, so I think I will do exactly that. I will maybe put this. Now I'll decide if I'm going to use this or maybe the texturized paper. I have another piece here. I don't know if I have a bigger one, maybe not, I don't know. But how about I just do that? Do I do it here? No, I like it this way. So you just gather a few supplies, okay, that, you know, sparks your creativity or complements the idea of, or complement maybe the 3 pages, the 3 pieces of paper you've taken. So in my case, for example, I took blue, I took this coffee stained paper. Now I might use this one or another one, I'm not certain. And I think that this, like this complements my theme of simplicity and nature, maybe. Okay, maybe my theme is nature. Maybe your theme is you walked in the woods and you gathered some leaves. It's fall coming soon, so maybe your theme will be fall. So you're going to stay in, you know what I mean? So take an item or an image that is your theme that you've chosen for your page, and then according to that, so let's say it's a leaf, choose three little pieces of paper. It could be an old page of a book, it could be a paper bag, and maybe some more fancy paper, whatever it is. And then you add that to your leaf, and then maybe a stamp, a word, a sentiment, anything like that, and that's it. Don't grab anything else other than your glue. It's all about conquering the blank page. The other pointer I can give you, and now I don't know, I've been sitting with this and I kind of like it, so I might just glue it while I give you the other pointers. Oh, I just found another piece. Oh, now it's tempting. I usually don't work with 4, but look at this. This actually would work, I think. Or maybe lower, or maybe not. Oh, let me see. No, you know what? This has to be here. It has to exist in this page. I don't know why. I feel it needs it. Let me see before I glue anything. Which is another thing, okay? Facing the fear. Are you worried about ruining a page? So what? That's okay. Early journals are about exploration, okay? Not perfection. Try and remember that. Just if you remember one thing, just remember this. Early journals are about exploration, not perfection. Try and remember those words, if any, because it's true. This you are discovering, you are experimenting, you're going to discover who you are. Oh, I just broke the flower. You're going to discover who you are as an artist as you practice, as you make pages. Okay, nobody's born with an innate, I think innate, or I'm not sure about the word in English, I'm sorry. Innate, I think it's like, you're born with it. No, it takes practice, it takes time. So don't worry about ruining a page. Do you know how many journal pages I've made that were so, well, I don't want to say ugly, because I was new and I was practicing, but to my standards today would be a big no-no. I'm not showing that to anyone. Plenty. And that's okay. That is okay. Okay, embrace the mess, because when you look back at your early attempts, I promise you, if you give it a go, you will look at those early attempts with so much pride. I'm not kidding. I'm going to tell you a little something while we glue this together, okay? I know it's going to be, well, I'm going to try not to make it emotional, but it might be a tiny bit. In my heart, it is. Okay, so when I started my junk journal journey, I really put my whole heart into them, and I honestly thought at the time those journals were beautiful. I loved them, okay? And I sold them with pride. I really did. And the people that purchased them loved them. So there's no regrets on either side, okay? Everybody's happy. But there's some that I kept. I didn't sell them, and I was looking at them the other day. And, oh, just hold on. See, there's some white here that was left. I don't know. I find this interesting rather than this, so I'm going to glue it the other side. So, as I was pawing through it, paging and looking at every page, I had a moment of, oh, I wish I knew the word in English, but kindness towards the beginner I was. I hope that sounds correct. I had a moment of kindness, and I thought, oh, Chantal, you were just beginning. You were trying so hard, and you were so proud of it, and I was. And there was nothing to be ashamed of, by the way, don't get me wrong. But by today's standards, the way I've evolved, I wouldn't sell them today. Now, does that mean that the people that purchase them, don't have a good taste or anything? Absolutely not. They were beautiful in their own way. There was nothing wrong with them. I'm just saying that I've since then, I mean, I've become so much better at my art, and that's absolutely normal. So that's why I say embrace the mess. Don't be afraid of ruining a page, because this is your artistic journey. And like every journey, you have to go, you have to start. If you stay in one spot, guess what? There's no journey. There is absolutely nothing. You're not moving. You're not going anywhere. So I'm really hoping that my words reach you, whether you've done journals and you're used to crafting, but you're stuck, and it happens. Believe me, it happens to me. And I've been journaling for a little while now. I'm going to use liquid glue for this. I've been journaling for, well, that's not the right glue. I started this, it was 3 years in May. So we're juin, juillet, août, septembre. So 3 years and 4 months ago that I started this whole, journaling, crafting video and such, right? So I don't know where I was going with that. I was trying to calculate. Anyways, all I'm saying is, I mean, I've progressed in those 3 years. Anybody would. But you know what I did? I took the first step. So that's why I'm trying to say, don't be afraid. Take that step. Take that step, I'm just going to hold this here with maybe this so I don't have glue anywhere while it glues a tiny bit. So yeah, the other thing I wanted to say is, do not wait to create. Okay, do not wait. And I'm going, oh my goodness, this will not glue, will it? Hold on, I'm gonna put my hand on it for a few seconds. Okay, I had to wait a few seconds, so so it would glue. So if there's another thing I can say before I move on and show you exactly what this video is about, I just took a piece of fabric tape here, and I'm thinking, why not use it to put this here. So the other thing I wanted to say is, don't wait to create. Okay, and what I mean by that is, how can I say, stop waiting for the perfect supplies. Okay, oh, I'm gonna purchase this, and when I have it, I'll create this and that, and I'll do this and that. You know what, I did that at the beginning. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my gosh, the things I've purchased because I thought once I had those, I would really be able to create like what I saw on YouTube. Wrong. Totally wrong. Hold on while I continue. I want to put a word, and I just seen this. I don't know if you can see it. Creativity takes courage. This is perfect for this. And should I put it on top of the tape I just put? That would be nice. It could be here. I think it should be, wait now. I kind of like it on the tape. Isn't that funny? So I will. Okay. So it's not true that, waiting for the perfect supplies. I got all the supplies, and you know what happened after? Absolutely nothing, because it still has to come out of you. You still have to do something with it. And yes, I'm not saying you can't buy supplies. I buy supplies. Absolutely. We love supplies. Okay. Love, love, love. But I'm not going to tell you to buy supplies, because that's not what's going to get you creative. Okay. Proof. Okay. This is digital paper that was printed. It could have been a page from an old papers, vintage paper that you purchased somewhere at an old bookstore or something. Okay. And this is coffee stained paper. Anybody can do those. This is the one piece ephemera that I have, but it could have easily been a coffee stained paper, a blank page on which I would have put a stamp, right? I could make my own. Yes, the fabric tape was purchased. I could have easily put a piece of masking tape. Actually, I've done that before because it's beige. And then, yes, this word was, from these little books here. Absolutely. But you know what? I also have these. I could create a word. I could write a word on a piece of paper, right? How about I take, I don't know, what if I write here, right? Creativity. I can write. I could tear it, and I could glue it somewhere if you have nice penmanship. So no, it's not true that you have, like, don't wait for the perfect supplies. There's no such thing. It's only your creativity that will make it perfect. Okay? Because you could have all the ephemera in the world, you could have all the perfect papers, all the beautiful things, the glitter, the this, the that, and if you don't do anything with it, or if you don't experiment with creating, you won't become necessarily good at it because you don't know what to do with them. Okay, so don't wait for the perfect supplies. This is nothing perfect. Look at this. This is all scraps of paper. That's what I came on camera with. Scraps of paper. Okay, and these I dried those myself. So in the fall, or actually this came from a bouquet of flower I received. So whenever somebody offers me flowers, I love when they put the fern leaves in them, and these I think they're called baby's breath. I love, and I always keep those because they make perfect ephemera for my journal. Look at this page. I love it. And if I didn't love it, so what? This is mine. Okay? Because your confidence, I promise you, that will build with every page. Okay? Every completed page, okay, is a step towards finding your artistic style. I cannot press on this more. Okay? Every page is a step towards finding who you are as an artist. Okay, because one of the things that is difficult, remember at the beginning when I said, um, I think I don't know how I expressed it. I think it was steal like an artist, but make it your own. Make it your own. Yes, at the beginning, you're gonna totally copy somebody you watch on YouTube. How else are you supposed to learn? You don't know anything. You're just starting, right? Or if you're in a creative slump, like it happens to me. Sometimes I'll watch. I don't know, Marta from Remy Small Art, or I don't know, another creator of junk Meg journals, I think. I'll watch another YouTuber, in other words, and sometimes I'll just pretty much do what they did. The difference is I might not have the exact papers that they have, but I'll just do what they did because, frankly, I don't know what to do. I'm in a creative slump. So whether you're new at this, okay, or not, like I said, it's really okay to copy. It's really okay to copy whether you need some inspiration and you're just bone dry, right? You have none left, or you're brand new and you need to learn, okay? You will eventually find your own artistic style. So anyone that knows me by now, that's been with me for at least a year or so, you know what my style is. I think, just hold on. So I think like these, for instance, these are artist trading cards, so ATCs. Anyone that knows the work I've been doing lately knows that, oh, this looks familiar. Yeah, it does, because it's me. But you know what? I didn't wake up with this. I'm looking for something. I didn't wake up with this style. Okay, see the page, see this envelope that I just made recently. You can feel, see the journal I showed you at the beginning, the notebook. This has, you see the metal. I play with metal a lot. I love dried flowers. Okay, I love gold, and I have it on her, and I have it here on the flower. Okay, this did not happen the first year, actually. Well, in the first year, yeah, I did develop my style, but it took me a while. At first I was all over the place. I purchased ephemera that are not me at all anymore. Not at all. And I ended up giving them to other people that could, might use them. But it's really what it is about. Okay, you are really, every time you create a page, okay, every time you create a page, you are taking a step towards yourself. Okay, you are taking a step towards yourself. You are discovering who you are. Okay, so I hope this video is, I want to make it like an invitation to unlock your creativity, to start your junk journaling today, and you will see your artistic journey unfold. I promise you. It's happened to me over the years now. Some have been doing it for a lot longer than I have. I've been at it, like I said, for 3 years and 4 months. Other artists have been on YouTube for 10, 12 years. And I'm sure that if they would watch this video, they would probably agree with the pointers I've been giving you today. And it's nothing new, but it needs to be heard, because not everybody has been doing this forever. And some of us who have been doing it for a while, we still struggle sometimes to just start a page, because we're completely out of inspiration. We just got, you know what? I sometimes get new items, and I'm also afraid to use them because, oh, there's only one of that. Oh no, if I use it, it'll be gone. You know what? Yeah, it will be gone. But otherwise, all you do is you start hoarding. You start hoarding, and then you sit in your, crafting room or at your table or whatever it is, surrounded by gorgeous thing, and nothing moves. You're not using them because you feel overwhelmed and you don't know where to start. So that's why I'm saying, get a notebook, an old book, an old, like I said, like here I had this old dictionary I ripped the page of, and I'll just use the other ones for, an altered book journal, but it's still a journal. And this notebook, and let me show you, this will conclude the video. And like I said, I will timestamp just for you to hear Like, I know it's a lot of talking. I've done a lot more talking than usual, but I will highlight everything I've said in the video because I really, really want you to remember these points that I'm trying to give you. Okay. So I'm going to show you what we're talking about. So this is not at my complete beginning. I can't find my other one. I had one that was called, or maybe this is it. Is it my idea journal? You know what? I'm not sure. I've had quite a few journals over the years. You know what? Hold on. Okay, so before I show you real quick this, remember earlier I said I looked at other journals that I never, I decided not to sell. And I looked at them and I went like, I had this moment of, oh, that's so cute. I was trying so hard, okay? And they're not ugly, mind you. I don't qualify them as ugly, but I can see the difference between this and what I do today, okay? Look, it's not ugly at all, right? I mean, I did quite well. I mean, listen, look, this is fabric covered, and I put some cardstock on top, a beautiful, beautiful butterfly, stickers with gold. Like, and even like, look, corners. That's not bad at all. And I hid the fact that this is sewn in, so you don't see the sewing of the signatures, and I put an embellishment. Like, I did good. There's nothing when I'm showing you this, okay, especially if you're a beginner and you think, oh my god, that's pretty good for a beginner. Yeah, it is. I wasn't like a total beginner. By then I had mastered a few tricks, like fabric cover and such, okay? However, I Chantal, myself, okay, and I'm just speaking for myself, I can see that this is not me. Okay, it's not me anymore. Okay, so compared to these items I just showed you, right, all these things that I'm creating, this is me, and I'm very comfortable with me, and that's where I always go towards. This is Chantal style. Totally, this is me. This is what I've become. And in the past, I would say almost year and a half, if not two, I've been always going towards this style. Okay, it's vintage. Sometimes it has a tiny bit of grunge, but very light grunge, not too dark. And it's always vintage. It always has nature most of the time. Okay, so this is me. This was the beginner me. Okay, like I said, if this is what you do, or if this is what you love, that's perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. See, I was already starting to go towards these colors, okay? And I was just trying. I'm practicing. This is new, right? It's a new thing. Like I said, I was already mastering the art of oops, sorry, my hand was in the way here, of fabric covering my journals. But they're not, how can I say, they're not from one page to the next, all through the journal. They're not necessarily constant in the look. And that's because I was new. Again, nothing wrong with it. I'm happy that I kept it, I have to say. I'm happy because I don't know, it's nice to see where you've come from. And this is kind of what I hope for you. I hope that when you start your journey, first of all, don't put any pressure on yourself. Just start small. Take like I said, 2 or 3 pieces. Well, 3 is a good number. 3 pieces of paper, a focal point, maybe a few stamps, or maybe like I chose earlier, a word, a sentence, a sentiment of some sort, and just start small. Each page, create a little thing, and you will discover who you are through the pages. You will really I invite you anyways to use this journal as your testing grounds. Where else are you going to explore new medium? How else are you going to explore that the stencil I showed you earlier is not only good for texture paste, but you can also, you know, maybe you could, I don't know, use a pencil in it and try and you know, use it as a stencil, or like I did with the distress inks, right? So how else are you going to know if you don't try? Okay. Yeah. So see, there's nothing wrong with it. Paper is really nice, but it's just not me today, and I can see that clearly in this journal. And I've kept a few. This is not the only one I have, and I'm happy that I've kept it because it reminds me where I started and how much I've evolved. Okay. But as I said, no journey starts by you standing in one spot. You have to move. You have to get going. Okay. So, when I told you earlier that this will become your personal inspiration vault. Okay. What I meant, like I said, is every page being a journey on its own, this journal will be a record of your very own creative growth. So this journal is, you know, meant to be filled with, you know, practice techniques, ideas for future references. And like I said, now that I've paged through it, I've seen a few things. It's nice to remind myself of, oh yeah, that's cute to do, you know. So look, little flip outs. I still do those. I do them a lot actually. See, that I haven't done in a while, which is gather. This is cheesecloth that I coffee stained, and I glued it in a bunch. And then I was able, because it's glued there and it's fabric, I was able to take a bull pin and a nice little charm, and it's on the page permanently now. I like it. I like it a lot. I haven't done that in a while. What is this? Oh, I like that. I had forgotten about this. Okay. It's a tag holder, but oh, and look. Ah, okay, this I have to do again. I love this. I had forgotten about it. Now, the color scheme is not me at all, not even close, but the ideas in it are nice. Really, really nice. And again, I was working with what I had, right? We don't always have everything. I used a lot of digital papers. I still do, actually. I really, really do. When you have a printer, it's a very inexpensive way, if you have a good printer, mind you. If you have a printer that, you know, drinks ink like its life depends on it, then not. But I have a very, very good Epson EcoTank. I think it cost me like $350. I have not yet purchased one single, no, actually I purchased a bottle of yellow. I wasn't quite empty though. And this has been a year past December. So a year and 9 months that I've had it. Never had to purchase ink yet. And I use it a lot. So I'm just letting you know in case you're looking for one. What is that? Oh, yes. Oh my goodness. I have to do these again. These mini journals. Look at those. Oh, I love it. And I just decided to put it. Oh, see, look, I was experimenting. Look, this is texture paste with a stencil. See, it's not perfect. It's not perfect at all, but I was experimenting. I used those sprays that I used earlier to make the fake coffee stain, and I sprayed it on the page. I splattered some gold with, I'm guessing, watercolor probably. Yeah, that's the only thing I have of gold. But, oh, and look, I did some doodling. You know what? I haven't done doodles in a long time. Now it makes me nostalgic. Not sure if I'm saying it right. Oh, I love it. You know what? See, that's what I mean. I mean, not everything in it is perfect because this is it's practice grounds, right? Oh yes, I love this. Oh, I remember this bird. I don't know where I found him. I know it was in a magazine of some sort or a book, I'm not sure, and I absolutely loved him so much. I still do, actually. Oh, I love it. See, oh, look, I wrote notes for myself. Color, texture, and doodles. And that's true. Color, texture, and doodles, right? It was pretty simple when you think about it. And this, oh, I have to make those again. You know what? I think I'm going to revisit a few things that I used to do and make videos for you. Because not everybody, you know, wants to search in my old videos. So this is just a hidden paper clip. This is actually starting to really be my style. Oh, and the use of buttons. Look at this. I had buttons, but I did splurge one day and I bought myself some buttons. I think I found those at, I want to say Michael's here in Canada. I think in the States you have Hobby Lobby. So yeah, I love buttons, and it makes for great, you know, little addition. Oh, I love this. I gotta make some. I have to make some. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, I know I've talked a lot in this video, but this video is about learning, and see how excited I am about this. I haven't done these in so long. Now I want to make a few of them because look how beautiful they go in your journal. Let's say I had a piece of ephemera I wanted to give in the journal. I could easily put it in here. Do you know what I mean? Oh my gosh, I gotta make these. I gotta make these. Okay, what else? What other idea do I have? So here I simply glued elements together, pages and you know. Now this journal does not have a whole lot of writing space because this was my practice, right? It's just for me to practice techniques and things. So see here I wrote, oh, hidden paperclip right here. And here I wrote vellum pocket. So yes, indeed, I don't know if you can see, that you can see through. Yeah, you can. And that's a vellum pocket. I printed an image on vellum paper and I made a pocket out of it. Vellum pocket. Very nice. I love the see-through effect. What else did I create? Oh, yes. Oh, I had forgot. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I'm so happy. This is simple. This is just a tiny little image with a tiny little pocket with a tiny little tag. Tiny, tiny, tiny. I put some cheesecloth here for texture. And this is just fussy cutting. That's another image. I think that came from, I think it's digital paper. And another fussy cutting from digital paper, but I put some foam underneath. I don't know if you see. So it's elevated, right? It brings a little more interest. But this, oh my gosh, I gotta do this again. Okay, look. You see, there's fabric. So I glued a piece of fabric, and this was just, what is this? Oh, I think this is a digital paper that I printed on cardstock, and I ripped it open, right? And I glued it on top of the fabric. So it's like peekaboo, this fabric. Oh, I just love to touch it. Again, it's all about trying things. Oh, I'm so happy that I've decided to make this video and revisit this with you. I really hope you stayed till the end because I'm thinking this will give you a whole bunch of ideas. And save this video in your watch later, maybe. I don't know. I think you can do that. Let me take a sip. I'm very, very parched. Okay, look at this idea. I haven't done this in a while. It's very simple to do. Very simple. You lift it up, and instead of having this, maybe you'll just have space to write. So if this was blank or lined paper or coffee stained paper, this would just be a hidden space to write, and then you hide it again. See how simple? You can even, I could use a rub-on if this fabric was, let's say, you know, didn't have any design on it. Absolutely. Like a beige or a cream fabric, I could put a nice flower rub-on on it, and then it becomes a little hiding spot for writing. This I haven't done in so long. Everything I haven't done. See, that's all it is. It's barely a pocket, a tuck spot, okay? Just enough to put something, and then you fold it, and then you just tie it again like this with the little rope, and you glue this thing in a page. Now, isn't that just adorable? It makes your journal so interesting. And again, like I said, most of the pages here are a little busy. But when you create your own journal, like Of course, these could all become writing space, right? A writing space here, writing space once you open it. Let's say here you left some white and some cream or some, coffee stained, or, you could really play with it. And plus, some pages are allowed to be, you're allowed to have pages that are busier than others, okay? Don't put pressure. Just experiment, really. So this is really fun. Look at this. I made this pivot, and that's how you open this. And there's your writing space. Isn't that awesome? And again, another thing I had forgotten. Now, I do make things that are kind of similar, but I really like the pivoting thing. I had forgotten about that. I have to... How did I do it? Hold on. Oh, yeah, it's underneath here. Yeah, it's just hidden. Oh, very nice. Oh, this is just for fun. This is cute. So look at this. I think you'll be impressed a tiny bit, I hope. So what I had done, so this was blank before, okay, but I painted so I could show you. And I put some watercolor pencils on it. So I wrote your palette, okay. And here I put some gesso, some clear gesso, and that's where you mix your color. Because this has been treated, you can take your brush, your wet brush, and you dab it in here, and you can mix your color. And this was meant for whoever had the journal to paint something on it. Isn't that awesome? I love this idea. I have to do it again. I'm so impressed with myself. Oh, I love this. This is just cute. And of course, you would leave that blank if you, sold your journal or offered it to somebody. It's just such a surprise. Somebody would say, oh my goodness, I can paint something simple, just for fun. Oh, I love this idea. And this, I was just experimenting. I had roses in my garden, and I don't know, for some reason, the petal became brown when I dried them. They are kind of pinkish orange roses, but the petals became brown, but I still like them. I don't necessarily like this page, but it's okay. I was trying things. What is this? I'm not even sure. Oh, look. See, I put more. So no, I don't like this page. I really don't. There's no space for writing. I don't like the color, but it's okay. I do like the petals, like even if they're a little brown. I don't know if you can see that. On their own, or like if I had glued 3 on the side here, right, 2 or 3, or 2 here and 1 at the bottom, and had left this page a little more empty for writing, I would totally love this because I like the color, but it's not pink. And this, what is, okay, this is like a flip out. Oh, okay, it has pockets, one here, and another one here, like tuck spots. Oh, that's pretty inventive. I'd have to reanalyze how it is this. Oh, and there's another one here. Wow, this is really multi-pocketed. Look at that. Okay, oh yeah, I just put the bigger ephemera here because otherwise it would come out of the journal. And look, that's another thing I tried. Oh, it's a pocket too. I remember this though. I wanted to play with my stamps. So I took brown paper. It's not a paper bag. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of the same feel. So you could totally use a paper bag. And I sewed it. I rounded the corners. I inked the edges. And I simply used my stamp. Actually, I didn't remember I had this stamp. It's actually really lovely. And that's it. So it's a pocket. So I could have glued it somewhere, but I just left it in here. And okay, I attached this flip with these, and I can see that I covered the backing with this washi tape. Very, very good. Okay, what is this? Okay, so clearly it's a tag. Oh, and I made a little, oh yes, look. So this, I don't know, do you see that it's kind of shiny? Okay, so this is, let me grab it in case you don't know. Oops, sorry for the noise. Oh my goodness, everything's falling. It's embossing powder, and it's clear. So all I did was I used clear Sizzix. It's a stamping pad. It's made for that. And I stamped. And then I put some clear gesso. I wanted to see what it would do. And actually, it's really lovely. Oh my gosh, I'm so... You know what? I'm going to keep this book nearby because I love the ideas. And see, this I just gathered a few elements. I sewed it together and I made it into a corner top to put a tag. This is lovely, lovely, very good idea. This I really love to do, and I love because it's on this color paper with the clear. It gives it, I don't know how to say it, but it's soft and discreet, yet you clearly see it. You know what I mean? Oh, I love this. I'm going to remember that. And of course, it becomes a tuck spot on the other side. Now, is there anything else? Oh, okay. That's, let me see if I can, oops, back up a tiny bit. That's interesting. Now, I remember purchasing these papers, and again, today, it would not be me. It's just not me anymore. I love them. They're really beautiful. I can see that they're nice. It's just not me. And look what I've done. Oh, yes, I remember. I punched a hole in the page. Now, today, knowing what I know, I would put an eyelet on the page by fear that the page would eventually tear, but I didn't in this case. And I attached this tag, which also is a pocket tag, where you can hide a piece of paper to journal. Isn't that nice? That's a great idea. I love this idea. And then you can move it and you could write. Yeah, you have a tiny bit of writing space, right? Especially if you use like something like this, you can totally write over darker pages, no problem. Oh, I love this. This is so cute. And oh, I remember that. Look at this. So, oh, hold on. You don't see that. So once you flip this up, in the back, there's a tuck spot. So you have a journaling card right here. So of course, now you have journaling space. And when you come back down, I made a little surprise. See? Isn't that pretty? I love it. And it's just simply, I cut out a piece of this, and I probably put some washi tape for the background. You see how there's writing? And on top, I put this dragonfly that was printed on vellum so that you could see, you know, the writing in the back. And then, there you go. I think this is double-sided tape that I put there so it keeps gluing again. Eventually, it'll probably not glue very well, but that's okay. Oh my goodness, what a great idea. And this is where it ends. I never kept going with the ideas. Maybe I felt I had enough practice. I was ready to go with real journals. So there it is, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And by the way, I will put this on Etsy. I hope that I've inspired you. See, it's okay. I'm going to create something with that. So these are the pages we've done today. See, junk journal pages. I've used junk. I used dried flower, one ephemera, tiny bit of tape, you know. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope I've inspired you to just jump right in and start. If you need to rewatch this video, please do put it in your save or share it with somebody so that way you can always see what you've shared, because sometimes we all need, or we need the reminder, okay, because we've been doing journals and sometimes we're just tired and uninspired, and we need the reminder to not be afraid and just get there and start small sometimes too, right? Because especially if you've been doing this for a long time, you get lost in your things and you get maybe a little bit too perfectionist, if I can say, and sometimes that also is too close to procrastination. So these types of video, I find anyways, when I watch somebody doing these types of video, it charges my batteries. And if you're brand new, I hope it will, you know, help you get out of this fear of ruining a journal or using your beautiful things. It can be kept very simple, and no, you don't need to buy everything. As you can see, I had very little that I've used in here that were purchased. Very, very little. Most of the items I had, it could be printed images, it could be from a magazine, cut out books. It doesn't take much. Don't pressure yourself to get all the beautiful things. It will not be what makes you creative. What makes you be creative and find your voice as an artist is to practice and limit the items that you choose so that you don't become overwhelmed. And look, I think actually I love them both, but I have to say this is my favorite. And there's not much that was purchased, you know? So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope I've given you ideas. I hope you will jump right in and try and find an old book in your house or a notebook you haven't used or barely used and start doing junk journaling and enjoy it. So if you've loved and enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I absolutely need your help to make my channel grow. The thumbs up, you have no idea. You have no idea how much this helps me. And it takes you, what, a fraction of a second? So please don't hesitate to give me the thumbs up if you found any value in this video. So as usual, I give you a great big hug from here in Nova Scotia, Canada. I do hope that you are all happy, healthy, and safe. And as usual, thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye. Bye-bye.